But first, at least one person was killed on Thursday as police in Mozambique tried to break up crowds and stop people heading towards the international airport in the capital to support a returning opposition leader. Security forces blocked off roads, monitored the site by helicopter and fired tear gas at some of those gathered to welcome Venâncio Mondlane as he returned home from 2 months of self-exile. Now, he left Mozambique late last year after presidential elections that he said were fixed. Protests followed. Hundreds of people have died in the police crackdown. Mondlane says that he was compelled to come back to stand with his supporters. Laura Berstecker has more.
Holding a Bible and raising his palm as if taking an oath, Venâncio Mondlane held a mock swearing-in upon his return to Mozambique.
I swear on my honor to serve the Mozambican homeland and its people. I swear on my honor to respect the Constitution and the laws. I say all this in my capacity as the elected president.
The returning opposition leader was welcomed by thousands of jubilant supporters as he landed in Maputo after nearly 3 months of absence. Blowing whistles and chanting his name, the crowd followed him to the city center, where Mondlane stood on top of his car and bathed in the glory of the moment. The opposition leader left the country in October following a controversial presidential election, which he claimed was rigged in favor of the ruling Frelimo party. From abroad, he urged his supporters to take to the streets, sparking a series of protests which were violently repressed by security forces. Around 300 people were killed in clashes with police, which Mondlane and others accused of using excessive force. Mozambican authorities meanwhile blamed the exiled opposition leader for fomenting and encouraging the unrest. Upon his return, Mondlane said he had nothing to hide and claimed he was willing to answer to the charges laid against him.
I've come here to show that I'm willing to submit myself to justice, to defend myself before justice, and to prove who the true criminals are.
In an attempt to tackle the crisis, the government began holding talks with the country's main opposition parties in November. Mondlane said he was willing to take part, but has so far not been invited to the negotiating table.